Hi everyone. How have you been? Well, it's been a while since I posted my last video, so my apologies. I was busy creating a new curriculum. I'm combining Vedic Astrology and Vastu Shastra. Okay, and it should be ready by end of the month or mid next month. For some of you who know, I actually teach Vedic Astrology in Singapore, Malaysia, and pretty much my market is in Southeast Asia. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Now today I'm going to talk about Mercury. Okay, in Sanskrit it's called Budh or Buddha. It is not the same Buddha that we know in Buddhism. Okay, it's just the name Budh in Sanskrit. Um, what is Mercury? What does Mercury signify? Wednesday is owned by Mercury. The number 5. Okay, Mercury owns two signs. One is Gemini and the other one is Virgo. But Virgo is actually the more stable side of Mercury compared to Gemini. Gemini is the airy one, the more unstable one. And then green gemstones like emerald, jade, they are all owned by Mercury. Mercury signifies our speech, communication, writing skills, our intellect. Now, arguably, in the 9 Graha system in Vedic astrology, right, Mercury, Budh, is, in my view, is the most important Graha. Okay, not Jupiter, not Sun, not Saturn, but Budh. Why do I say that? In this era and in our current realm, right, what is the most important? Making a good living, right? Well, how do you actually see from a person's chart whether this person has a good job, earns well or not? By looking at Mercury, where is it placed, whether it's combust, retrograde, or with malefics. Now, if you have, say for example, a combust Mercury, retrograde Mercury, right, most probably you are, and high chance you are, accident prone. Okay, your communication with other people could be quite harsh. Okay, or you create some kind of miscommunication very oftenly, right, which actually will impact on opportunities knocking on our doors, right? Because there's a direct relationship with that. No man's an island, right? I'm sure you heard of this. So how we connect with people brings about opportunities in life. So with a weak Mercury, right, you find that you have problems in those things, and which in turn actually affect your ability to actually thrive, earn a good living. Now, to understand Mercury Budh more, we need to go back to the mythology, the birth of Mercury. Okay, how was Mercury created? So in mythology, there is this Brihaspati, the deity for Pushya Nakshatra. Okay, I'll come to that later. Okay, Brihaspati, he is another name for Jupiter actually. He was so busy with his work, right? He's so busy, he's a minister. He's so busy with the court, you know, and he neglected his dharma. He neglected his most important duty, and that is his wife. All right, he neglected his wife Tara. And Chandra, which is also moon, okay, had this opportunity to commit adultery with Tara, and in so doing, right, Mercury was born. So Mercury is illegitimate son. When Brihaspati came to know about it, he was so angry that he cursed the sun, as in cursed Mercury, to be genderless, neither man nor woman. Okay, so Mercury has this quality of being neither man nor woman. Okay, so now what is the signification of that? In your birth chart, right, if Mercury has a certain connection, especially with K2, occurring in the 7th house or in the 12th house, high chance that you belong to the LGBTQ plus community. Okay, that's how you can use Vedic astrology to see whether or not this person is a gay or a lesbian or something else. Nothing wrong with that, right? It's just that I'm just saying that Vedic astrology can tell. Okay, of course, not just the 7 and 12 house, there are certain other combination as well. You want to know that, you have to learn Vedic astrology. Now, the mythology has two implications actually. So if you know what is nakshatra, right? It's the underlying energy for all the signs. Okay, so there are two nakshatras that are actually being affected. One is Pushya. Pushya, the deity for Pushya is Brihaspati. So for example, if your moon sign, your moon nakshatra is Pushya, or your lagna, especially your lagna, your ascendant nakshatra is Pushya, you find that you have challenges in marriage. Either you can't get married or your marriage is not happy. Okay, why? Because Brihaspati is so busy that he neglects his wife. Okay, the other one is Rohini, and Rohini, the deity for Rohini is actually Chandra, moon himself. And for those Rohini nakshatra people, right? Either your moon nakshatra is Rohini or your Lagna nakshatra is Rohini, you find that your children marry late or they may not marry. Okay, it is somewhat like a curse on moon because he committed adultery with Brihaspati's wife. Okay, and guess what? Okay, Pushya nakshatra occurs in the Cancer sign, which is also owned by moon. Right, Rohini is the most well-loved nakshatra by moon. It's all connected to moon. Okay, now this also mean another thing. In your birth chart, if you have Mercury and moon conjunct together, you find that you are not able to make decisions that easily. Okay, you could probably have that nature of being very wishy-washy. You can't make a quick decision, or you tend to procrastinate sometimes. Okay, because Mercury hates Chandra, Mercury hates moon in mythology because of what happened. Okay, and then the other house that Mercury doesn't like to be in is actually the ninth house. Why? The ninth house originally is owned by Sagittarius, which Sagittarius is owned by who? Jupiter. Okay, so if you have Mercury in the ninth house, you find that you are being forced in your life, right? You're being forced to do things that you don't like. Okay, so yeah, that's Mercury, that's Budh. Okay, the mythologies are quite interesting, and if you wish to know more, well, you can stay tuned to my videos, or come learn Vedic astrology. Now, just now I mentioned Mercury is, and I'm not sure whether did I mention, but anyway, Mercury is also an astrologer in Vedic astrology. So for those who are very strong, who has a very strong Mercury in your birth chart, you find that you can have a good grasp of astrology or even mathematics, very easily. Yeah, there's a lot of people who I see with a very strong, like exalted Mercury. They are always very good in maths. Okay, now guys, that's the end of this video. Oh yeah, before I forget, Mercury retrograde, right? I'm sure you have heard of that. It goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. Now, Mercury is the only Graha. When it goes retrograde, it affects everyone. Okay, so guys, I see you again very soon for my next video. Most probably I'm going to upload Mars. Okay, right, see you again. Bye bye.